preachers. He saw all the things that was. He saw Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He saw all of them, but he couldn't talk about it. He couldn't even talk about it. Somebody saying this don't make no sense, because it said the things that he saw, he could not even talk about it. God. So what God did was not from the devil. The thorn was from God. God allowed the devil, just like he did Job. Jesus. The Bible said, have you considered my servant Job? This was God asking the devil a question. Do you consider Job? There is none like him in all the earth. So what God did, he knew that grace could do much more in Paul's life. And Paul said, when I am weak, then I am strong. When I am weak, then am I strong. My God, I don't have no power in myself, but in you, God, I live and I move. I have my being. I can do all things through Christ. And sometimes we get it twisted. We feel like because we've been a place the longest. We feel like I've been here before all these old young kids came along. How in the world Apostle going to embrace them when we've been around all the time? You're absolutely right. We've been around, but we wasn't doing the will of God. There is a difference between doing the will of God and just being around. I told somebody, you got to get it together. It's time to do the will of the Lord. If you don't, God will replace you while you're sitting there. Somebody will walk in the door and they'll be your replacement. Listen to me. Eli was sitting there allowing his son to do whatever they wanted to do. And when they know anything, a man by the name of Samuel, a boy by the name of Samuel, God, a woman that could not have babies, God birthed him through prayer, and he was the replacement for Eli. So I come to tell the church, I don't care how long you've been here. Stop being around and start doing it. It's time out for being around. It's time to do what the Lord has assigned to your hand to do. I must work while it is day, because night is coming. When no man can work. And my subject tonight is, it didn't leave me. It would not depart. It didn't leave me. It would not depart. It didn't leave me. It would not depart. Paul had this thorn in his flesh, and he prayed. The Bible said, in other words, 3 times, he asked God, will you take this thing from me? And anybody been praying, and it seemed like God been on mute. Seemed like God been silent. Seemed like God has not answered you. His prayer, his faith, his prayer, his faith will move God. So you're disappointed because you say to yourself, I live for you, God. I know that nothing has happened. There's no change. I come to tell you tonight, grace, oh grace, grace, oh grace, God, oh. Sometimes, oh God, we feel like giving up. We feel like God is not going to ever bring us out. Anybody ever been there? You've been asking God. You said, Lord, it's been 2 years and I was praying the same thing, and it seemed like you turned a deaf ear. But I've come to tell you tonight, grace?
Yes.
What is grace?
Yes.
What is grace, Melissa? What is grace? And the problem with the church, we don't know what grace is.
Yes. That's right.
God. Grace is God's riches at Christ's expense.
Wow. Yes.
God's riches at Christ's expense.
Yes.
Unmerited favor. Grace is God's pleasure of good. Grace is the good pleasure of God that inclined him to bestow benefits on undeserving sinners.
Wow. Yes.
It inclines God to give us, brother,
Yes.
brother,